Winnipeg Hockey Talk would like to welcome you to its live version of Random Thoughts on the Winnipeg Jets with host Harley and WinnipegHockeyTalk.com's owner and writer, Mitch Casper.
Go ahead.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the show. A new article just dropped today, packed with stats, rants, and a few spicy takes. And as always, I'm going to run through each point so he can break it down for us. Before we get into it, I think you have a viral tweet you'd like to share with the viewers.
Well, it's not viral. It's just something was annoying me during the broadcasts, and not even that. Basically all week, everybody's just dumping on the Jets, and you know me, I'll dump with the best of them. But I kind of didn't think it was. I didn't really think it was fair. We'll start right here. I tweeted out, said, before the Jets hit their slide, started playing badly, or before we even knew Harley would be on the IR, not one person in this city would, when they look at the schedule, would have given him a chance on that Saturday game. That game was a big L from the moment the schedule came out. There was no way we were winning that game. I mean, and I said on here, not this year's team, not last year's team. This game was basically a loss.
Winnipeg Hockey Talk would like to welcome you to its live version.
We don't need to be hearing the intro again. But this game was a loss from the moment the schedule came out. 5 on the road. Then you play a home game, and then you go to Edmonton the next night while they're sitting there well rested. It was like lambs to the slaughter. And I think I mentioned that on Twitter. We were talking, and it was like there's guys in the city that just want to dump on their team for the sake of dumping them. And I actually tried to spin this to a positive, saying that I'm actually glad it was the Oilers, and I'm glad it was them that beat us, because what if it was a winnable game against a bad team? No, there's no such thing as bad teams or easy games, but you know what I'm saying. A game or a team that we would be expected to beat or have a chance to beat, if we would have lost to any team on that Saturday night, so better was the Oilers. So I tried to find a silver lining, and that was my silver lining. And it was cool. I don't know what I was watching, and they were talking about when schedules came out in sports, and they were looking for days for load management, like when the Raptors had Kawhi Leonard, and they should be maybe doing good with Jonathan Taves right now. The guy hasn't played in 2 years. But they say coaches more so in the NBA and more so in the NHL because of scheduling, they look at games on the schedule and they already know which ones they're losing. So I firmly believe that, let's not be crazy. I'm sitting there and I'm hoping, maybe there's just that ray of hope, maybe Millet stands on his head, but they started Comrie, and then he got yanked after the first. They put in Village to mop it up, and we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that later. And but that was the point I wanted to make with that tweet. Like, just relax.
Yeah.
I'm not the most patient guy, and this is a good time to dump. And I do some dumping today, but I'm still protecting these guys. I mean, that was brutal. The guy that made up this schedule should be tarred and feathered. But apparently everybody's going through it, and it's going to balance out. And just let's not be so hard on them. Listen, guys, I'll let you know when you can start crapping on them. So anyway, carry on.
Yeah, let's get into it. If we haven't already. Point 1, you opened by saying the Jets finished that 5-game road trip with a 1-3-1 record, and even with a 1-2-1 week, they're still just kind of stuck around that wild card line at 14, 13-1. The good guys now have 4 in a row at home and need to start banking some points.
Yes. Let's, just to be fair, after the win against Buffalo on Friday night, they were in the playoffs.
Sweet.
And
let's go.
Yeah, we knew that night because San Jose was playing and they were winning that we were going to get bumped down. And the next night when Edmonton beat us, we were going to get. But we're still in that area now. And like I said, always originally, this matters while Helly's out. We've got to get some points. They're going to be tough. And we got 4 home games. There's some beauties in there, but you know what? You're at home. We have to get good goaltending.
Yep.
And we got 4 coming up. We need 6, 7, 8 points. Run the table. Why not? Let's go. But we're not dead and buried yet, fans. Let's relax. There is some things that need addressing, and we'll get into some of those later too.
We will. Yeah, speaking of scoring and needing those points, in point 2, the scoring depth or the lack of it. The 4th line actually found the net recently in the last 2 games, but the 2nd and 3rd lines haven't been producing at all. It's pretty frustrating watching a game knowing you're basically hoping for something once every 4 shifts.
Yeah, you're just waiting for Scheifele's line to come on, so maybe have a chance of scoring. I mean, just come on, Lowry, Nino, somebody fucking score a goal. Oh, boy. Let's go.
First big one of today.
Yeah, but it was nice to see Cole Koepke pop a goal on, I guess, Friday night. It was a big goal, too. I mean, it was technically secondary scoring, and we need that from the 2nd and 3rd lines. So, yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. These guys are all good hockey players, and something's going on, and it'll click. I just don't want to see all of a sudden these guys scoring in a game where the game's out of control and we're already up 4-0 in the 3rd, and then they start scoring. They need to score some meaningful goals and feel like they're part of the team and part of the win. So yeah, we're in trouble right now, but better now than later. Or is this going to be the whole year? That's the thing. Is this the whole year, or is it just our bad spot right now? I'm hoping it's just our bad spot, but I'm not kidding myself. We do have issues.
Have to be realistic. Point 3, you mentioned Lowry and Sandberg not looking like themselves, probably from missing games early in the season. Perfetti's in that same boat, and even Taves, who hasn't played in a couple years. You're hoping all 4 can have a big second half.
Yeah,
what needs to happen?
Well, I hope it's not too late. That's why I say we got to hang around.
Yeah.
To be fair, and especially when you miss games at the start of the season, you're already behind everybody.
Yeah.
It's different when you have a full camp, you play 20 games, you get injured, you miss 10 or so. It's probably not as hard to get back up to speed. But Lowry's a key guy, and it just seems, you watch some of their goals that are being scored, he's half a step late. Sandberg's been a little bit late on some plays, a little bit out of position, and he's generally speaking a pretty reliable puck handler, but he's been bubbling the puck quite a bit lately. So maybe he's still finding his hands. So, and the thing is too, when you're injured, and I believe his was it a shoulder? No, it was a wrist. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He's had, I mean, guys that have other injuries, they'll stand on the ice with their hands and they'll do some toe drags and move it around. When you got a broken wrist, you're not doing much.
Can't do much, yeah.
And Perf, Fitz, they call him affectionately Fitz. He's just been awful. And he's not the fastest guy. His forte is he's a terrific passer and really sees the ice. But he's used to looking for Nick.
Oh.
And we can't keep on talking about Nick. Nick's gone.
We've gone over that.
Yeah, well, and it just, for anybody that was like, oh, trade eaters, there was a lot of guys that didn't like Nick. How do you like him now? Hey, you like this? You like this? It's easy to say move a guy, but you got to replace him. And Taves, I haven't given up yet. I like him too much. I know you got to know this is absolutely killing him. This is killing him. He's always been such a leader, and he wants to contribute. So let's hope that when these guys all get up to speed, it's not too late. Let's hope we can hang around. Then we go on a heater. Go on a heater and let's throw 8 out of 10 and then 7 out of 10 and let's climb the standings. It's tough. Like once you get behind it, it's time. It's hard getting up with all the 3-point games and all the loser points that are out there. But we do have a pretty good team, kinda.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah.
Point 4. This one is right out of your put that in your pipe and smoke it folder. Mm-hmm. You said you aren't someone who blindly hates Chevy or blindly defends him, but honestly, at what point does the GM take responsibility for the situation this team is in? We're in year 15, and under Chevy's entire tenure, the Jets have won only 4 playoff rounds. 4 in 14 years. This season isn't exactly trending towards being the 5th. At some point, the architect has to answer for the blueprint, right? This is his old, slow roster. So yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, like I said, we got to hold his feet to the fire.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, the rule of thumb is that GM gets to fire 2 coaches in his tenure, then it's his fault. Well, he's fired more than 2. And I've used this term before and I'll use it again. It's managerial malpractice. When you let a player like Nikolai Ehlers walk to free agency without trading him, I don't give a shit who it is. When it comes the NHL trade deadline, if you haven't signed that pending UFA, you move them, just like Colorado did. Colorado moved. Rantanen's is a superstar, and they traded him to Carolina. They got Marty Nietzsche and some picks and stuff. Carolina didn't feel they were going to sign him, and they were going to lose him, and they traded him less than a month later to Dallas. And they got back Logan Stankoven in the first rounder and that. And these teams are both cup contenders, and they're still moving their stars. Oh, here's the Winnipeg Jets, who, unless you are guaranteed, you think you're going to the finals, that would be the only reason for keeping a pending UFA. And I guess maybe I wasn't fooled. I never liked our defense corps. So I never thought we were a Stanley Cup contender, even though we won the President's Trophy. But I thought we were a pretty good team, and we should have gone farther. I would have traded Ehlers. He would have brought in a prospect and a first for sure. You can't, and I said this before every week, you can't let prospects expire on the vine and get nothing back when you're a small market team like Winnipeg. Who the fuck do we think we are that we're going to hang on to a Nick Ehlers for a Stanley Cup run that we almost didn't get to? We needed a chimp goal with 3 seconds left against St. Louis, and then one off Adam Lowry's ass in overtime. That whoop-de-fucking-do. I thought we played good versus Dallas, but who would have known that first game we lost at home was the difference in the series.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
like I said, just keep this word in mind, people. Managerial malpractice is not when you're not trading your pending UFAs and getting assets. Asset management is the most important thing. Chevy is the architect of this clusterfuck right now. And what was his answer? Oh, we're losing it. Oh, let's go sign. We'll bring in Gus Nyquist and Tanner Pearson. Let's see if we can make our team older and slower. Yeah, and I'm not. I guess technically, I can't be a homer. You got to add Jonathan Taves. Now, I would have sold for Taves and go get yourself a UFA, even if you have to overpay. We had money to overpay and get a decent winger, but we didn't. We decided to go bargain basement as usual. Or if you're not going to replace him and go bargain basement, let one of the kids play. Once again, we'll talk about that again. But yeah, this is Chevy's mess. I'm sure he'll try to clean it up. He knows. I mean, Chevy's a smart guy. He's not an idiot. He knows his team. I mean, he looks at the second and third line. He's going big WTF. What the fuck did I do? You know, how many first round draft picks? Well, how many first round draft picks can you trade to try to get a second line center? And you were still looking. Now, to be fair, I mean, it was a stroke of bad luck losing, Brian Little. Never replaced him, still haven't replaced him. It was a stroke of stupidity losing Nick Ehlers. So there you go. There's 2/3 of your second line, and I feel real sorry for Perfetti because he's catching a lot of shit. So, yeah. Anyway,
We have a viewer who's commenting on this point too. They said it's not like Chevy didn't know Ehlers wanted a new environment, just like Gaudreau walking for nothing.
Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey, yeah.
And then Lambert should be playing, or someone with some speed and hunger. I'm tired of the end of career players like Nyquist and Pearson. Just horrid.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. I really don't. You know what happened? He waited too late as usual. When July 1st comes and the UFAs are out, they got to jump on them. Because, I mean, especially this year, there wasn't a lot. And we, once again, I sit there, I watch that damn show, and I hope that Chevy finally gets off his wallet. But no, we come in with the Tanner Pearson and Gus Nyquist, fuck me. Anyway, carry on. Oh boy, it's going to be an expensive day.
Point 5. You give Comrie credit too after being really hard on him last week. You said he was incredible in Montreal and strong again against Buffalo. Basically his best game as a Jet and a big reason they even got a point. What do you think changed for him this week? Maybe just a little more ice time helped him, or?
No. What happened was when he was remember last Monday we were streaming the Buffalo game and we got...
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, we got shit from YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Jeez.
But, they had a players only meeting, and I'm sure in the meeting, without being mean, I'm sure the captain probably said, "Come on, Combs, we need you. We need you big time." He was awesome in Montreal. Probably, he did more than enough for the team to win that game. I don't even count that as a bad loss. I mean, you lose in a shootout. It's a skills competition. It's a chimp competition. But then in Buffalo, we came out flat and slow, and he made some big saves in the first two periods. And I'm not going to say we got the 2 points because of him, because he did what he was supposed to do, make some saves, keep the boys in the game until they can get going, and they got going, and we got the 2 points. So good for him. He was a big part of earning 3 to 4 points for the boys last week.
That helps.
Oh yeah,
big time.
You get 3 under 4 every couple games like that. That's you're moving up the standings.
For sure. Point 6, you have a question for Arneal. With your team having to go to Edmonton on a back-to-back, your big roster move was to sit Elias Salomonsson and dress Luke Schenn.
Yep. Yeah. Salomonsson's been solider in the games he's played. Now, once again, there might be ulterior motives. Like you say, they might look at the schedule and they go, we don't need this kid getting traumatized by McDavid and Draisaitl, so we'll give him the night off. So if that was their thinking, and I'm okay with it, kind of. I mean, these kids got to learn sometime. They got to play against the best and stuff like that. So, Luke Schenn's an easy target. I just hope that they're not doing this crap where, Chevy signs these guys and they feel obliged to play them. They have to watch Moneyball, and do the old Art Howe. I'm in charge of the scorecard. I don't give a fuck who you signed. And I got to move the decimal over. But don't worry, I'll have it up high enough. I don't like crapping on Schenn. He's an honest player. I mean, he was good enough to play and get 2 Stanley Cups with Tampa as a depth guy, but let's be honest. I think my favorite random thought was one of the ones early in the year where I said, how did I say it? I said, Luke Schenn still has a lot of pile-on in him in his game. And it's true. He, whatever. Let's not pile on. Let's not. Oh, that was good. I didn't mean that. Let's not pile on the pile-on.
Point 7. All right, let's talk about the defensive side. On Wednesday in Montreal, it felt like Logan Stanley, Neil Pionk, and Dylan Sandberg were taking turns handing out free pizzas, just giveaway after giveaway.
Yep. I'm watching the game with horror.
Yeah.
And our defense at the best of times isn't exactly great, at puck possession and puck safety. We're going through a stretch where, they're having their issues. I mean, Logan Stanley, I expect that. I don't expect it from Sandberg. I really don't expect it from Pionk. He's pretty reliable with the puck and that, but the thing that bothered me was that the forwards started getting into the act later in the game. It was like a pizza fest out there. There was free pizzas all over the ice. It's a good thing Comrie came to play. He ended up gobbling up half those free pizzas.
Oh, man. All right. Point 8. Switching over to the Moose, they actually had a solid week. They went 2-1, which brings them to 13-9-2-0. They're sitting second in the Central and tied for third in the entire Western Conference, which is impressive. And they've got 6 straight at home to finish off December. But here's the frustrating part: the 2 guys we want to see get a call up, Brad Lambert and Nikita Chiprikov. They're not giving us the justification. As good as the Moose are doing, those 2 haven't earned that promotion yet.
It hurts me to say it. I watched the Moose game in Iowa yesterday afternoon, which would have been Sunday afternoon game. And Iowa was not a very good team. And we lost to them on Saturday. We got shut out. And then we beat them 4-3 in the shootout or whatever yesterday. So, I mean, winning on the road is tough, no matter how bad a team is. But the thing is, I'm looking, man. I'm looking for any reason to give these guys a call up. And I know there's some people watching this this podcast that don't want to hear this, but man, they don't deserve it. I wouldn't call them up. Fucking Lambert is Lambert and Chibrikov are going to be NHLers sooner than later. But oh man, you got to give Chevy, and I mean Mark Morrison's not going to. He's the coach for the Moose. He's not going to blow smoke up Arnie's ass or whatever. He'll tell the truth, and the truth is, they don't deserve to be up. They weren't very good on the weekend. You know who is? He looks pretty good, and a guy we've talked about. We don't expect to see him till next year, and that's Braden Yeager. He's playing center. He dishes the biscuit. He's a year or two behind both those guys, and he's looking good. There's another guy, a couple of the veteran guys, Di Giuseppe, and those are the guys that are basically borderline NHLers that might be a little too good for the American League. But they don't solve our problem. We have good fourth line guys. I mean, we don't want to be a team with a first line and 3 fourth lines, and that's what it would be. So Lambert and Chibrikov they're gonna get their time, but I'll be honest, right now it's not now. I might even do something crazy, and I might call up Yeager. Let him, especially now, while they're on the homestand, you want to give them some soft matchups, at home, and especially with that crazy schedule they got. Man, is soft. They, I said they play 6 games throughout the month of December. Well, actually, the 6 games in like January 1st or 2nd. They play 2 games a week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, they'll be doing hospital visits and school visits and all kinds of that stuff they do, in the community. But they sure aren't not playing much hockey. Yeah. So that could be why I'd like to see some call-ups. But the thing is, you call somebody up, you have to have room on your roster. So if somebody gets hurt, what we need is one of those bottom or middle 6 guys to go on the IR for 10 days and maybe bring up one of the kids. I'd like to see what Yeager could do at this level.
And we have another update that is Moose and also Jets related. Thomas Milic went back down to the Moose, and Dom DiVincentis goes up to the Jets. Yeah,
I guess we've traumatized Milic enough.
Is that enough?
We'll give Dominic a chance. I like Dom. He's a big goalie. He's 6'2", around 200. He was an absolute stud in the OHL. And the thing that's really cool, these guys are kind of coming up together, and they're going to be a nice tandem. What's going to happen with these guys is there's probably not going to be a clear number 1. They're going to be a good 2-man platoon. They'll go with the hot guy in the playoffs, but that's our goalies of the future. And the sooner they're ready, the better. I could see the Jets in 3 to 4 years trading Connor Hellebuck to a contender, getting a stud back and a couple first rounders. And we'll run with these kids who won't be kids in 3-4 years.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll feel obligated to trade Hellebuck to a contender after we've wasted the best years of his career here chasing the Stanley Cup that we're never getting. I turned 70 this year, and I'm hanging on, boys. I'm hanging on. I was ready to. I'm gonna hang on until you guys win a cup. I might be 120, but I'll be here.
Yeah, but you'll be here to see it.
Yeah.
Point 9, you also said that Salamonson actually looked pretty solid in the 2 games he did play, and you're curious what happens when Fleury comes back because he wouldn't be your guy to pull out of the lineup. Who would come out, in your opinion?
Well, let's say this. If it's my decision, oh boy. Well, Solomonson's, I mean, who should come out or who will?
Yeah.
I can see, oh boy, Stanley or Shen. But you know what's going to happen? Just because they can send them down without putting them on waivers, it'll be Solomonson. And I like Hayden Fleury. I mean, he can skate, but Stanley, maybe. They're not sending Stanley down. You're not sending a veteran down.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they just do what the right thing would be is maybe they put Shen on the waivers and see if somebody will claim him. I don't know.
Is that all you have to say for point 9?
Yeah.
Point 10. Okay, let's get into some let's get into some exciting news. The NHL announced that Winnipeg and Montreal will play each other in the 2026 Tim Hortons Heritage Classic. It's happening October 25th, 2026 at Princess Auto Stadium right here in Winnipeg. And unlike the last one in 2016, where the afternoon sun basically melted the ice, blinded the players, and turned the whole thing into a science experiment, you're hoping they've learned their lesson and won't schedule it in broad daylight again. What do you think of this matchup and the timing, everything that comes with an outdoor game?
Well, the funny thing is we'll be getting into that a little bit later.
We will.
With a poll question and another thought. But there's a lot of people. Well, let's say this. Bravo. We're getting at the game. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It really is. It's a great event. We do a good job hosting it. We have a great alumni.
Yes.
We'll have a great old timers game. Okay, I'll say it. Why Montreal?
Yeah.
You know, like I said, we'll get into that part later. But this part of the thought or the whatever is supposed to be a joyous one. I'm glad we got that game. It's just great for the city. It's good for everyone. It's a great weekend and good for us. We'll do a good job.
Yeah, it's something fun to look forward to in the new year.
Yep.
Point 11. We know we asked this poll question before, but still a hot topic. If the price is right, should Chevy look into acquiring Steve Stamkos?
Yeah, we'll leave this up here, and I really think with Nashville, if they really fall out of the playoff race, and with Stamkos only having one more year in his contract, he's definitely up for grabs. I'd go after him. I think a more coveted pending UFA is going to be Alex Tuck from Buffalo. I like him. He's young. He can score. He's big, man. I mean, every team would love this guy, but that's a guy I'd go after too. But we'll leave this poll in here for a bit and see where it goes.
Yeah.
We don't have to spend too much time in the polls. They're self-explanatory.
Yeah. Point 12. All right, you broke down the special teams numbers, so let's run through them. Power play, now 12th in the league, sitting at 21.30%, down from 22.7% last week. And power play net is 12th at 18.8%. Penalty kill now 14th, sitting at 81.3%, down from 84.5% last week. Penalty kill net is 12th at 84.6%, and the face-offs now 9th at 52.1%, down from 53% last week.
Yeah, the discouraging thing is that the two special teams, one, they got worse.
Yeah.
And I added a little bit of info on the end with the net, because that's the true indication of your special teams. When you're if you're shorthanded and you scored a shorthanded goal, that should boost your numbers a bit. It's a positive stat. And if you're on the power play and you give up a shorty, that's not good. And it's happened to the Jets a couple times. And if you look at the thing, it really didn't change their positioning, but it changed their percentage. And it's just a more accurate way of evaluating the special teams. Not a big deal, but it is
That's
what
cool.
it is. Yeah.
Point 13, and your goaltending snapshot. So Connor Hellebuck is still sitting at a record of 8-6-0. Goals against average is 2.51. Save percentage is 0.913%. Comrie is a record 6-0. Goals against average is 3.08. And save percentage is 0.898%. Pause.
I just wanted to just say something about comms. I looked at his numbers after the Friday win, and they were pretty respectable for a backup.
Right.
I mean, you give up 4 against the Oilers in the first period. There goes the save percentage. There goes the average. So it looks like there was no improvement this week. It's the same old Comrie. But we'll get into that later too. I think he took a bullet for the team in that game, but we'll get on to that.
And then Thomas Milich, record 0-1-0. Goals against average 3.56 and save percentage 0.871%.
Yeah, he had one start and a couple mop-ups, so yeah. He got his feet wet, which was good. Go on to Dom.
There's nothing for Dom this week.
Oh,
we'll see that next week probably,
No, we just hold on.
Maybe I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, wait a second. No, whatever.
Yeah,
I posted his AHL numbers from the Moose. His record's like 6-7. His goals against average is 249, and his save percentage is, I think, is 915. And the 6-7 record doesn't matter. The numbers that matter when you're looking at goaltenders is their save percentage, which at 915 is pretty respectable, and his goals against average is 2.5, so that's respectable. We'll see what happens when he gets a little bit of action here. So yeah, now we can move on.
Yes, to point 14.
I feel a copyright infringement.
Time for the weekly good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, ugly.
The good this week, that third period against Buffalo on Friday, that actually looked like last year's Jets.
Yes, they did a nice job of choking off center ice. They did a really good job of keeping shots to the outside, and Comrie didn't have to work that hard in the third period. So that was nice to see that they haven't forgot. But yeah, that was the good. That's a pretty big good to get back to.
Considering this season.
Considering what happened the next night. Anyway.
Yes. Bad. Adam Lowry. Oh man. Getting out-muscled by Matt
Savoy.
Yes. All right. Who is much smaller on Edmonton's third goal Saturday night. That's tough. That's not a clip the captain wants replayed.
No, and believe me, he knows about it. I'm sure he's heard about it. And in a hockey game that's 2-0, you're still in it, even though you don't look very good. But once a kid like the old ex-Winnipeg guys player, Matt Savoy, scores that goal, he made Lowry look bad. And that's the goal that, for me, started the road. Connery had no chance on that. And Adam, like I said earlier, there's been so many goals short, like whether it's been on the power, the penalty kill, or even strength. He's just that small. That's half a split second too late, or a half a step short. And that one there is just not being aware. You gotta box that guy out. You gotta put him on his ass. We might have to renegotiate ass, because
As a word, as a swear.
Yeah, that should be. Maybe if 4 asses get you a quarter, or maybe they're like a nickel a piece.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but
Noted.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the ugly this week is the Jets are 3-6-1 since Hellebuck's surgery.
Depending on who you talk to, it's 2-6-1, because he won that Columbus game, and that was a game that was going to be one of his regular starts anyway. We didn't find out to the next day or two that Helly was done.
Depends.
So
where the timing.
we're splitting hairs. Yeah. Just for the sake of making the record look better, we're starting to get on that game against Columbus, and I think it was a Monday night or something. So 3-6-1, 2-6-1, either way, no matter how you split it, it's not good.
Yeah. All right. Point 15. Here's something that makes you go, You're hearing a lot of Jets fans already complaining that Montreal isn't the right opponent for the Heritage Classic, and that Minnesota makes more sense as a rival. I think you mentioned they're one of our biggest rivals and the closest. Yep. You agree, but you are wondering if the league picked Montreal more for the Canadian heritage angle than rivalry.
Yeah. Based on... We don't really have a true rival. All the Canadian teams, you got Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, they're out east and they play in the Eastern Conference. Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary are all in the Pacific Division. So there's no Canadian teams that are in our division. Our closest natural rival is Mini, and it's a good rivalry. Their fans don't like us, we don't like them. The games are chippy and dirty, and it would be so much fun to see half of the state of Minnesota here for a game. Pack the joint, have some fun. I got nothing against Montreal, aside of the fact I fucking hate them. And as far as, like I said, I don't know what the criteria is. If that's what it was, that's pretty lame and it's pretty feeble. Now, in saying that, when the American teams, they have their the game on New Year's Day, their Winter Classic, right? And then they have what they call the Stadium Series, and they have a couple more outdoor games come February, March. You don't really see any Canadian teams being invited there. And I believe, didn't many just host an outdoor game? They should have had us. They had Chicago, but Chicago is in the Central, and it's a natural rival. But at that point, there's no rivalry because Chicago stinks. But so it could have been. To me and a lot of other fans, it was no brainer. Should have been Winnipeg Mini. get it if it's the Tim Hortons and the Canadian Classic, and then I'm okay with it. But if I had a preference, I'd rather it be Mini.
Makes sense. You're a Vikings fan too, so.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with.
No, it doesn't.
I have
maybe there's some.
I
don't know.
I have all these friends, right? Well, let's go. Here's a perfect example. Your Uncle Kevin.
Yeah.
He cheers for the Phillies. He cheers for the
Right.
Flyers. He cheers like, give me a break, dude. Like, there's no way you can possibly like all those guys. My late friend Mike Homolka, Shorty, he loved the Bruins, loved the Patriots, loved the Red Sox. Okay, that's fine. I've always been a Vikings fan. In baseball, I kind of liked the Twins, but they weren't my favorite. I grew up, okay, when I was young, just a pup, I cheered for the Twins because I got the games on TV. And you got back then, we only got 3 or 4 channels.
Right, yeah.
So I watched the Harmon Killebrew and those guys in black and white. Once the Expos and the Jays came, I went all Canadian. So, and it's the same thing with basketball. Blue Jays, Raptors, Jets. NFL is, Vikings, and a little bit of the Colts, and maybe little Raiders. But I love the bad boys, Al Davis and the black uniforms and the fucking criminals he used to coach. It didn't matter how bad they were off the field. He brought in some beauties. As long as they could give him 60 minutes of effort during Sunday, he'd have them. But man, he had some bad men on those teams. But yeah, I like the Raiders had those, the black persona and the pirates on the helmet. They were always fun. But yeah, I've never been one of those guys that loves their every team. Well, Hi from Sherwood Park.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of different teams, someone isn't a fan of your Coyotes jersey.
Yeah, I noticed that. You know who that was? That was Ben.
Oh, Ben.
He's always. Oh shit! I forgot when I pressed the enter key. I charged myself a quarter.
You robbed yourself.
That's the hotkey for the Swarja.
Yeah, Sherwood Park, Alberta, and Tabor, Alberta. That's cool.
Well, Sherwood Park's up Edmonton, and Tabor's just a little bit south of Lethbridge. When I was as a scout, I had some buddies that were up in Sherwood Park. That's where Mark Messier's from. I believe when I was with Prince George. We had the first overall pick. One year we drafted a kid named Jared Smith. He was good in bantam. He crapped out at the WHL level. I don't know what happened. This guy was a can't miss. I'm pretty sure he was from Sherwood Park too. Maybe Charlie here can confirm or deny. I don't know. If he might be going back too far, but yeah, Sherwood Park. Sherwood Park's a hockey factory up there. A lot of good players come out of that area.
Cool. Glad to have y'all here.
Yep.
Point 16. So speaking of they're saying hi to each other. Lots of Jets fans in Alberta. Yeah. Cool. Speaking of the Heritage Classic and all the chatter about Montreal being the Jets' opponent, it naturally leads into another poll this week. We want to hear from you. Who would you prefer to see in the Tim Hortons Heritage Classic? Minnesota, Montreal, or maybe someone else entirely? So jump in. Let us know on the article. And I guess no one can change that, but it's cool to hear what you would have liked.
Well, it's funny. There's a lot of Hab fans here too. So good for them. I don't like them. I mean, you'll have probably all of southern Manitoba here. St. Malo, Niverville, and Steinbach, even Steinbach, Le Broquerie, and all those little French communities down there, and then even the German ones. That's Hab country down there. They'll be there. Yeah. Bells on.
Oh. Point 17. Moving on to another poll. Should Chevy look into bringing Laurent Brossoit onto the Jets roster?
Yeah.
Want your take?
Well, we'll put this one to bed. I'm going to leave it up, but it's been like this is all I have to say. It's been like this all week. There's
crickets.
Yeah, there has been nothing said about that. To me, it was a no-brainer, but
yeah,
they must think that I don't like. It's, for me, internals not the answer, and I think the biggest problem is the salary would be prorated, but still, there's too much season left, and what are you going to do with the third goaltender? I get it. They're just going to run with the guys we have.
Yeah. Point 18. You talked about Cole Koepke, NHL speed, but AHL hands.
Yep.
You said he'd probably have three or four more goals this season if he had better hands, but you like that he actually drives the net instead of floating around the perimeter.
Yeah, he scored 10 goals for Boston last year, so you know he can put the puck in there. He's a fourth liner, and I bet you at one point in his hockey career, depending on where he played his minor hockey, with that speed he has and that, I bet you he filled the net, but he probably had 600 chances and scored 100 goals. Maybe not a great finisher, or he's not a great finisher at this level, but he's got he definitely has NHL wheels. I just wished he had some finish. Man, he's a nice fourth liner. I like him and Barron together.
Point 19. You also said that, like Vladdy, but you can't have a guy with 0 goals and 1 assist in 15 games playing on the second line and the second unit power play. He's okay in a pinch, but more of a bottom 6 guy on most teams. So how should the Jets be using him then?
It's easy for me to say that, of course, right? But, I mean, Chevy's got to get off his ass and start getting this team lined up the way. Like, he's got to make a trade. He's got to get himself an Alex Tuck. Overpay for him if you have to. Give up a couple of your prospects. You ain't playing them anyway. I'm sure... I mean, you don't want to trade for a guy if you can't sign him, but at this point in time, can't let this season slip away. There's a couple guys on that team I wouldn't mind poaching. Bo Byron, he's probably a guy that can be had too. Alex Tuck, I would really like him, and I'd offer him a big-time contract to stay. That's a type of player they need. He's still young enough. He's in his prime. We don't need... I'd put Pearson and Nyquist on waivers, and I'd buy him out and see what happens. But yeah, the team needs, like I said, Chevy's not dumb, and I really do hope... I'm sure he's looking, and he'll say the old stock answer, I take phone calls every day. I don't care about taking, are you making... You need to initiate. At sometimes you need to overpay. In a market like Winnipeg, you might have to overpay. We have so many good players in the system. Start using some of our draft picks and prospects as, what's the word I like to use, as currency. That's what they're, I mean, every prospect can't play here, so start packaging them up and let's make a deal.
Ben says, never thought I'd ever say that I miss Mason Appleton, but I do. You said it.
I have to respond to that. Go ahead with the next question.
Okay. Finally, point 20, your Chevy point. You compared his body of work to a golf scorecard. I like this one. Some birdies, some bogeys, even an eagle or two, but overall you said he's basically a par golfer, and par golfers don't win tournaments or make cuts. You say that it's time for Mark Chipman to find a new golfer to back.
Yes. Chevy's had a long leash. He's been here forever. Everybody will acknowledge he has a hard job in this market, and he's done, like, I don't want to be one of those guys that only remembers the bad stuff. He's had lots of good, and like I said, he's had a couple eagles, but he's also had a couple of others. A couple sevens and a couple eights on the island green hole. Like his biggest, best thing he's ever done is the Dubois trade, where he got Velarde and Iafallo and Kupari and the draft pick. And his biggest failure is basically letting Nick Ehlers walk for nothing, let Andrew Ladd walk for nothing. He kept a couple defensemen that were depth guys, let them walk for nothing. And that's his asset management isn't great. He's let Philly Heinola basically rot on the vine. Like, man, you gotta shit or get off the pot when you're looking at your prospects. If you don't think they're playing for you within a year or two, get rid of them while they have some value. No, we did it with, Sammy Niku was a 7th rounder. But the guy won that defenseman, the defenseman of the year award for the AHL, and we traded him to Montreal for pennies on the dollar. His asset management, he isn't good. We hang on to guys way too long. So I don't know. Yeah, he's, like I said, he's the architect of this fiasco. He's got to fix, and the only way he can fix this team is getting rid of a couple of those slow guys, making a trade, overpaying for somebody, using some draft picks, some draft currency, some prospects. But you cannot waste another year of brilliant Connor Hellebuck goaltending and a year we're getting from that first line. Give Perfetti somebody to play with, guys. For Christ's sake, the poor kid's spinning around there. They're like he's lost. He's still looking for fucking Nick. Nick's been gone for 2 months.
Could Kupari? How do you
Kupari?
say that? Kupari ever return this year, or is he lost?
No, he signed in Europe for a couple of years, and he'd be a great third, fourth line man. He's fast. He might be if he was here, he'd probably be the fastest jet. Man, he can skate. I hope he works on his game over there and we can get him back. He's totally worth it, for sure. I wanted to show you this this one tweet I had. This one here. Spinnerina Hockey said this is in reference to Scott Arniel. Hey, speaking of Scott Arniel, I got these things here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, these
like old keychains.
These are little keychain hockey cards. I'm gonna have to let me put it back on the show.
Winnipeg Hockey Talk would like to welcome you to its live version.
Stop it! Listen, Al, stop. Oh, that's the AI. Stop introducing us. Okay, I'm gonna put this in front of the camera. We'll see if we can see it. This is on a keychain, and it's these little cards. It's hard to sit still. Anyway, that's Scott Arniel. these are a great conversation starter. I would have these on the table. We'll say we're traveling, and people would see me. What the hell? They say, "You from Winnipeg?" Oh, cool. And then we get a conversation go. I have a package like this still in the package, not used. So should put it up on. Yeah, it's probably worth $5. It probably
Hey.
quintupled in value. It's probably worth $5 now. But let's get back to that Twitter. So what the point he was making is it probably doesn't make a difference, but why did Arnie start Comrie back to back, bring in Shen for Salamonson, considering foot speed against the other? Why not bring in Nyquist for Taves, who they should load manage? And I agree with that. And I said, I think it was planned this way. The coaching staff knew they were lambs going to slaughter, and Comrie took one for the team. No need to traumatize Milic at this stage of career, because the Jets never start the same goalie back to back. But Comrie did the team a solid here, as he knew it, we knew it, everybody knew we were getting lit.
Yeah.
We were going to get lit up, and he said, "Coach, I'll start," and let Milic cruise for the next 2 periods where he only gave up 2 goals. So that's all. That was awesome. Good for Combs for being a good soldier there. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
It's a good theory.
Notice the lag.
Yeah, I think we have some other comments that aren't popping up here. Maybe you could grab the other screen.
Let's have a look.
Want to acknowledge everybody who's popping up here.
Cap first for staying from St. Louis. Can't hit the broadside of a bar. So good riddance. There was a time where I liked Mason Appleton, but I got tired. Like, what was my line last year for Mason Appleton? Was he's where offense goes to die. So when he signed with Detroit, I went and bought some Chinese food, had a couple Caesars. That was a big day. Big day for me. Yeah, Appleton, you can't hit the broadside of a bound. Shannon from St. Louis, he can do everything. Yeah, he's for sure. Amy to game.
Some wholesome Yeah.
Chris, I2-2X. I wonder if that's my nephew. Nah, I don't have
That's cool.
We don't have the cap space. That's funny. This is the YouTube chat. I should be getting the same thing right there.
I know, but I'm glad I caught that. So we
whatever. Good.
Talk to
good
everybody.
Catch. Sorry about that, guys. I'll work on that for next week.
Yeah.
What's up next?
Questions? We have a question.
Hey guys, while we're still live here, shoot a couple questions. I'll check the YouTube chat as well as this one. If you got anything quickly. Anyway,
we have one from Ben already. Salamonson has seemed to have settled into a more confident posture on the back and seems, in my view, to improve each start. Should Fleury return soon, do you believe there will be serious debate of leaving him in the top 6 on a healthy D? My preference is Stanley sits and Shen never sees the ice again.
Well, Ben, get in line. There's a lot of people who will agree with you. The way this team is loyal to its veteran, I do not see that happening. That's why teams love it here, and that's one of their biggest faults. We're faithful and loyal to a fault. So there was a time we were trading Stanley. He wanted out, so they're playing him. See, Scott Arneal likes Stanley. I think it reminds him of Jim Kite, maybe. Who knows, from back in the 1.0 days. But Luke Shen, you could put him on waivers. no harm, no foul. The thing is, they think this is what they're thinking. Well, he's a guy we'd like to maybe have for the playoffs. Well, if that's the case, put him on LTR. Say he hurt his wrist or something. But we got to let Solomon is. He's too good to let go. That's the upset part. Yeah. So I think there's going to be controversy. They'll send him down just because they can. And first injury, he's back up. Whether it's here's the thing: you need a couple. Here's the thing: we used to lament injuries. We've been so healthy the last couple of years. And keep in mind, when Sandberg and Lowry and Perfetti were out, that's why the kids were playing. They were up. They got a few games here and there, got their feet wet, which was valuable. But we need a couple injuries, whatever. I think we answered that question. Ben's asking if Kupari is that the one? Did you read that or?
Oh yeah, that was from earlier.
Yeah.
The Kupari ever returned this year, or is he lost for this
season?
No,
he's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think he can come this year. We have to change the CBA. Here's another one here. I like Stanley. We have to give him a break at 6.7 defensive time to look at Chara. Well, his Stanley's, he's still young enough where he still has time to improve. But I mean, how long do you stick with a guy? You just go, you know what? He is what he is. We'll keep him because he'll stand up for his teammates, and he's going to be our number 6 guy. If he was the number 6 guy, and you keep Solomons, and you can always sit some of the other guys. It's not going to kill this team to have Pionk sit out a game or DeMello sit out a game. The only guys on this roster right now, and I'm talking right now, that should be constants are Sandberg, Morrissey, and believe it or not, I'm going to say Solomon. He's an impressive young player. Hey, you know what, Harley? Why don't you stand up and show the people the T-shirt? This is the new Winnipeg Hockey Talk T-shirts we got. A little bit of a crease in it. Just came out of the box.
Out like 30 minutes before we started this podcast.
Yeah, that's why it's still creased, but it's nice.
It's
got the nice cross.
And he designed it.
Yeah. I got one. If you look, okay, wait a sec. Take a look. Hardy, don't get up for it. If you look back here, there's the Stanley Cup. Yep, it's on top of, that's my shirt, 4XL.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
I'm going to see if I can get some of those at a better deal, bulk. And hey, why not? Why can't we have merch? A little bit of swag.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had any more questions come in, but those were good ones. So we can wrap this week's episode up. Huge
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming out, tuning in, sending the questions, voting in the polls. We love how invested you guys are.
All the good stuff,
Yeah, make sure to follow the show so you don't miss next week. Read the article. It's getting to a point in the season where things are a little chaotic. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot to listen in on. So we'll be back to break down whatever the Jets throw at us next. And
I think we're in tough. What do we got? The next few games we have, I want to say Dallas. Oh, wait a sec. Remember I said a couple weeks or last week, I'll never guess again. Right?
That's right.
Okay, so Dallas on Tuesday, Boston on Thursday, Saturday night we got the Caps, and then the Monday we have Ottawa. That's four tough games.
Next podcast day they will be playing.
Yeah, maybe I'll do maybe I'll do a live stream and have my
Have
I'll say
better luck.
I'll go, no, it wasn't me, it was her. Arrest her. Get my granddaughter arrest. I just wanted to add one more thing about this show. Is I'm making a proclamation right now that we are the first and the only grandfather YouTube channel covering hockey and especially the Winnipeg Jets in the world. The world! And Winnipeg for sure. That's a no-brainer. But in the world. So I'm putting out a challenge to see if somebody can
Beat this.
Yeah,
You can.
Well, beat it or prove me wrong. But
Yeah.
Knuckles.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, there's a couple more.
Yeah. Well, it's Ben. He's he expected Lowry,
It's not just
Nino, and
Ben.
Iafallo to be more damn. They'll be fine. They'll be. You know what? Maybe we just need to see those barf green uniforms in Dallas to get us fired up. And what did Charlie say?
Stanley
Stan
and Perfetti are like pylons right now. Both are not finishing properly.
No.
Overrated players, in my opinion.
Well, Perf, he's still got. What did I? Okay, that's to be. You know what I said about him last game? I tweeted on Twitter on X. I say, oh my God, I say it looks like Perfetti's skating in sand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like his diaper is full or whatever. But
That
yeah,
too.
yeah, it's not looking good. Anyway, love you.
We'll catch you next time.
Love you. Leave you. We'll see you next. See you next Monday.
Yeah. Go Jets, go.
Go.